place a blanket onto your sticky mat so that your shins will have some padding, and come to hands and knees, and we'll practice some hip circles. So let your hips fall forward towards the wrists, and then let your hips move all the way to the left, and then all the way back. And continue this big hip circle, taking the hips all the way over to the right, and hips come all the way back to the center, and continue like this, circling. And you can let your elbows and arms and hands and upper spine and head and feet just feel alive and responsive and receptive to these big hip circles. So let your body move as it feels natural. Find a rhythm with your breathing and continue these big circles, taking the hips around and around. Smooth movement here as you breathe. Let your whole body be involved in this activity. Stay open and wide and lifted in the back of your throat. And then circle in the other direction, taking the hips over to the right and back and left and down, going at your own pace here, circling, exploring the outer edges of this circle, exploring the range of motion here. What's possible for you right now? Free your breath here as you move, as you circle. Come to your knees to practice cat-cow. Have your hands directly under your shoulders, arms extended. Inhale in neutral, and then exhale into cat pose, rounding the back, lifting the waist to the ceiling, head and tailbone heavy. Hang out here and breathe. Let the belly recede and press your shoulder blades away from your spine. So reach your shoulder blades down into the arms, into the hands, which are spreading and pressing into the mat. And then on your next inhale, move through neutral and then into cow pose. So lift the buttocks and the sitting bones. Let the upper thoracic spine sink towards the chest. Lift and widen the collarbones. Lengthen the throat as you lift the chin and look up. And then come back to neutral. Take a nice deep breath in to lengthen your spine. And then as you exhale, start to come into cat pose, bringing the chin towards the chest. Tailbone moves down and in, rounding the back. And then inhale into cow pose, lifting the chest, lifting the buttocks. Shoulders move back away from the ears. And exhale back into cat pose. Really extend through your elbows. Reach your shoulder blades down towards your hands. And then inhale into cow. Let the bottom front ribs reach forward. Lift the chest, lift the buttocks. And exhale back into cat. And continue at your own pace here. And play with it a little bit. See if you can find some extra movement in the shoulder blade area, in the upper thoracic spine area. You can let yourself be a little bit creative here with some subtle movements, staying with the cat-cow pattern, but being a little bit experimental, a little bit squirmy. As you come into cow pose, feel the shoulders really move back away from the ears, shoulder blades sliding down the back. And then as you come into cat pose, round the whole spine and reach the shoulder blades away from the spine towards the hands. Relax internally as you keep going. See if you can deepen the movement. Deepen your awareness in the moment. And on your next inhalation, make your way back into a neutral position. Now we'll practice what I call barrel cat-cow. So there's a circular movement that we'll bring to this. Start in neutral, and then exhale into cat pose, rounding. And then shift your ribcage over towards the left arm. And then swing your chest down and towards the center and swing the chest over to the right. And then come back into cow pose, rounding. And continue like this. So you're circling your ribcage to the left and down and to the right and up. And in the downmost position, you're passing through cow. And in the upmost position, you're passing through cat. So watch here if you're confused at all. And see if you can find this circular pattern here. To the right and up with the rib cage. And then start to circle the other way. So now let the rib cage move to the right and down. Let the rib cage and the chest move to the left. And then cat pose takes your rib cage up and over to the right again, and keep going like this. Drop into this rhythm here. And again, let yourself experiment with the subtleties of the movement. Keep going here. Smooth, steady breathing. Really let your shoulder blades glide and slide and move. And then make your way back to neutral. And now come onto your belly for some cobra undulations. So make your way onto your belly and lengthen your right and left legs back one at a time so that you become very long on the floor here. And then have your hands alongside your rib cage, flat on the sticky mat, and lift the shoulders and outer arms up towards the ceiling. Let the elbows pull back and a little wide. Anchor your tailbone down, spread the toes open, internally rotating in the thighs. And think of the rib cage pulling forwards and up, and start to lift the collarbones and lift the chin. Breathing here in the cobra. And then exhale and lower yourself down and let your head release down. And now inhale, roll yourself up into a higher cobra and let your head come up last. And then exhale, roll your spine back down, letting your head come down last. Inhale, using the arms, rolling your spine up, anchoring the tailbone, lift the chest, lift the chin as you finish the inhalation, and then exhale as you undulate back down at the end of the exhale, chin to chest. And continue this way, creating length in your body as you undulate. Shoulders back. Elbows pull back. And now we'll practice a higher cobra. So walk your hands forward a little bit on your sticky mat. Anchor your tail and start to lift the front ribs up, pulling the rib cage forwards as you lift the front of the spine up towards the ceiling. Let your shoulders go back. Press into your spread out hands. Come up a little higher and lift your chin. And then exhale and come all the way down. Now we'll practice Vajrasana with a really sweet side cat-cow variation. Sit on your shins and sit with a tall spine. And then inhale your arms out to the sides and up. Lift from deep inside. And exhale, take a side bend over to the right. And then bring your left hand behind your head. As you inhale, you'll open your elbow and twist to face the ceiling. And as you exhale, you'll turn and look down towards your right hand, chin to chest, elbow down, curling the spine like cat. And then inhale, open the elbow, find a gentle back bend. And exhale, curling back down. Inhale, open the elbow, look at the ceiling, open the chest, turn the left ribs up. Exhale, curling into a side cat, elbow down, chin to chest, and continue like this. Allow yourself to become really involved in exploring the subtleties of movement here. Exploring the range of your shoulders, the range of the movement of the head, and resolve this into a simple side bend, exhaling, and then inhale back to the center, both arms up, and exhale, side bending over to the left. Hand behind your head, open the elbow, turn the right ribs up, look at the ceiling, and then exhale, looking down at the left hand, close the elbow, rounding. Inhale, open the elbow, turning to look at the ceiling, and exhale, rounding again, chin to chest. And continue like this. Explore the range of motion of that right elbow. See if you can feel the right shoulder blade gliding on the rib cage. Movement and breath together, and resolve into a side bend, exhaling. Inhale back to center, lifting both arms, lift the low belly, and exhale, relax the arms out and down. And now we'll do Setu Bandhasana, moving in a flow. So ground the arms as you inhale and come all the way up to Setu Bandha, lifting the buttocks, and then exhale and roll yourself back down, letting the buttocks come down last. Keeping the arms extended by your sides, palms flat. You'll keep the arms here as you inhale and lift the buttocks up and continue to lift the spine up, lift the chest, and exhale, release the spine down, letting the thoracic spine roll down, then the lumbar, and then the buttocks. Inhale to lift the buttocks first, lifting the lumbar, lifting the thoracic, one vertebrae at a time, and exhale, roll the thoracic and lumbar and pelvis and tailbone back down. And continue with this flow, staying grounded in the inner feet, staying gathered in the outer thighs and outer knees, staying grounded in the hands and in the forearms. Let your breath be open, let the back of the throat be open as you undulate here in Setu Bandhasana, going at your own pace. And then the next time you roll down, stay here and take a couple of breaths resting.